All right, everybody. Today we're going to be starting the process of converting the pig nose grill. I'm going to be taking that off. I'm going to be converting to the 7-inch round bulbs. I got CJ7 bucket assemblies coming in the mail. These lights are horribly broken. Um, so I decided to, convert to the round headlight on the older style Wagoners. This is a Cherokee, but I really like the look of the round bulbs. I did make an entire video of me redoing this newer grill I got. As you can see, it's painted like a silver metallic. I did not paint in the black inlays like the original grill. You can see in there how it's black, and obviously mine has been damaged. That's why I replaced it. But I'm kind of torn. I didn't really like the finish of this. Yeah, I could paint it black. I could paint it different colors. But just looking at pictures, I like the round headlight looks. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to convert it. And also the Rhino grill, I will be trying to custom make my own Rhino grill, either out of fiberglass or steel. We'll see how that process goes. I'll try out of fiberglass first. I'm going to replicate it. It's not going to be perfect, but I'm going to try. It's going to be a lengthy process, but just shopping around for an original Rhino grill, yeah, I'd have to sell a kidney to afford it. So, and my cat is just, he likes the Jeep. That's why he's meowing so much. So without further ado, let's get started on this project. All right, boom. There's the grill remove. Super simple. Just Phillips head screws. I don't know how many are, but just a simple screwdriver will remove it. All right, so this conversion, as you can see, the plate's already got the recessed holes for the bulbs. Now, apparently, reading forums that those holes are a little bigger, so I'm gonna have to weld in or rivet in some new tabs, but not gonna be that difficult. Now, these two holes, there are some pie pans, is what they call them, that goes in there. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some round off-road LED lights in there, just because this is going to be an off-roading slash trail riding slash camping slash I'm going to drive it vehicle. This isn't going to be sitting in my garage. Well, it'll be sitting in the garage most of its life getting worked on, but I do want to try and keep it original, somewhat original. I'm going to be adding things to it. But anyways, let's continue with the process. As you can see, these headlights are just horrible. Yeah, I can just replace the square headlights, but like I said, I like the look of the round lights, and for the same price, I can just pretty much convert it. Yeah, it's gonna cost a little more, but yeah, it's a fun project. So here we go. There you have it. Bulbs are out, assemblies are out, or buckets as you call them. There's only four screws holding them in per light assembly, and it used a 3/8 socket, and I used a needle nose to pry off the socket. So overall, the buckets are in good shape, and I'm pretty sure you reuse those. But now that these are off, I mean, these are just horrible. They need to be replaced. Now that those are off, look at that. I can see what it looks like in the future. These right here are spot welded. So yes, I'm gonna have to take those off. I'm gonna try and take those off without ruining them. Maybe an air hammer with a chisel a bit, maybe. I don't know, we'll have to see how tough that's gonna be. These are nice. Those have, just obviously you can see a bolt. Take those off. Looks like 1/2 or 9/16. This, I'm pretty sure has to come off. I'll take it off. I can easily just throw it back on. If not, All right, those upper brackets are removed. Pretty simple. I did spray in some PB Blaster just to help lubricate them. Don't want to break a bolt. I had one that seemed like it was cross-threaded, but it actually came out. So there you have it. It was using 3/8 drive, 1/2 inch socket. You don't need an extension, but I used it. There are the original brackets. I'm going to hang on to those. And the next thing I'm going to do, before I remove the spot welded mounting points for the original bumper, I'm going to continue on with the project of reinstalling the new CJ7 bucket assemblies. And I think I'm going to pull those tabs off at the very end of it, because I don't want to pull all those tabs off and run into issues where nothing's working and it's aggravating me, and I can just throw all this old stuff back on. If all else fails, I can reinstall everything I just took off. So those tabs will come off last. And also, I'm going to be color matching this paint. I'm just going to take it down to a local paint shop. They have a special gun that matches the color, at least somewhat close. And I'll be repainting this front right here to the same color, just to make it look really good. Now, that's about it for this part. Let's go ahead and install the new lights. That's going to be fun. All right, here's the new headlights and my off-road spotlights that I'm going to be using. These are 45 watt Cree LED bulbs, spotlights. It does have this mount, but I'll be taking that off, and I need to flush mount it in there. And in order to do that, I had to buy a light that had this trim ring around it. This trim ring comes off. You just take those out, and I'll be making a new trim ring. I got a scrap piece of aluminum here. It's, I think, 1/8 inch, which is gonna be more than enough. So I'm gonna have to take the correct measurements for this hole to make a trim ring, and then obviously I'll drill out all the holes, mount that trim ring, and then this beauty ring goes over that, and the aluminum trim ring will get mounted to the Jeep. These new headlights, I got the old buckets. You guys probably seen videos of installing these. These are brand new units. I got these on eBay as well. I think I paid with shipping 140 some bucks. So let's begin. All right, here's where I'm at with these trim rings. I used, I think, a 5-inch hole saw to cut out the middle hole. I'm going to use a jigsaw to cut out the outer ring there. Now I'm running into an issue, but I think I can easily solve it. One being with this trim ring, it's kind of recessed right here. You can kind of see it. Let's see if I can get a better angle. It's recessed, and there's a lip. And basically on the light here, I mean, it wasn't made for a trim ring to be added. So what I'm going to have to do, yeah, I could, the bolts are not long enough that come with it. So what I'm going to do is, since on the outside of this trim ring, that hole is recessed for the top of the bolt to be flush right here, I could run to the store and get some longer hardware. But if I did that, then there'd be a huge gap between the trim ring, because the trim ring is going to fit flat against the glass here to hold the glass in place, as you can see that, and then and then the beauty ring would be on top of the ring right there, but it would leave a big gap. Alright, now that I ground down the trim ring, I went ahead and ground down a little bit more, just because this surface, it doesn't matter. It's going to be sealing up against this. Now that I've ground it down, the original bolt that came with it will now true through this aluminum just enough. I got almost a 1/4 inch of bolt there, and it may even be too much. It shouldn't be, it'll be fine. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut this ring out with the jigsaw. I'm going to clean it up, sand it up, and then test fit. Alright, here's the trim ring installed. I just got to do a little bit more trimming on this side to make it even with this side. I got to do just a little bit of cleaning up in the holes to get all the bolts to go in, but there she is. And of course, you know, there's the bottom gap, but that's just what it's going to look like. You won't see it. It'll be on the inside of the mount here. Let's see if I can't do a test here. See what it looks like. I think it's perfect. Do have plenty of room to install it. As far as, you know, marking where I need to put the, I'm probably just gonna do 4. Let's see, I can't do one at the top, so I'll probably just do one here, one there, and one on the bottom. Already a little hole. Now let's see. This one's got that in it, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do with that, because this light won't fit in there. Obviously, we can try. Oh, that's got to get remounted somewhere. Let's just get this one mounted first. Alright, to get this left spotlight installed, I'm going to have to take this entire valance off to get to this right here, which is it's in line with the transmission cooler. So I'm going to have to move it, and I'm going to have to do my research on where to move it. So the next thing I'm going to do is remove this whole piece right here. All right, I got the 6 mounting bolts and nuts out. The bumper. I don't even think this is the right bumper. I think it's a Y track because it's not even sucked up to the fender there. I got chain fall holding her on. I need to move this a little closer. Alright, it's on the workbench here. I got the fascia off the Jeep to make it a lot easier to work on / weld tabs. I'm not going to use the old buckets for the headlights just because these tabs are longer than the new CJ7 ones. They wouldn't work because the trim ring here would not be able to be installed. So what I'm going to do is, these are the new buckets for the CJ7 lights. You can see it fits pretty well, but I do have to weld tabs right here and here. I'm going to drill new holes here and here to mount that in that spot, and then the 2 tabs will be welded for that mounting hole. No tab. No get them up there. I got the 4 tabs cut, cleaned up, ready to weld, and I just cleaned off the paint on this side, and then all we're going to do to weld it, it's laid down there. I'm just going to set the tab like that. We're just going to mount and then tack her up. Same on both sides, just like that. And we got that side and this side. Pretty simple. All right, the buckets are mounted. Now I did use one of these nylon spacers slash washer. It's more like a spacer in each hole just to pull the bucket away for that trim ring, because it fits in there, just to give it a little space. If I don't need it, I can take them out. But I'm definitely gonna have to repaint this front fascia, as the welding of course damaged the paint. But for now I just want to get the buckets in there, or the lights in there, so I can potentially drive it around if I need to. But both sides are in, and the next thing I'm going to do is work on installing them. It may be tough. Alright, there you have it. The test fit went well. Those spacers worked perfectly. Only thing I gotta do now, I'm gonna take them all off. Take everything off. I'm gonna blow some paint on this just to prevent it from rusting. And that's pretty much a wrap. I mean, yeah, there is a gap, you can see it, but I'm happy with it. And I may need to flatten these spacers just so you don't see them, because you can't, like this one, you can see it, but looks fantastic. There it is. Alrighty, here's the completed project. Well, I say completed, I still need to paint and do the grill, but the lights are installed. One thing I do still need to do is maybe add a filler piece here. But honestly, I'm not too worried about it because it's not that big of a hole on that side. But there she is. They work. I still need to wire up the spotlights, but that's just not gonna be that difficult. And I'm gonna be putting the switch in the glove box. So I still have a lot of work to do on that, but that's really the process of that. If you have any questions, just comment below. I'll respond to you. But other than that, it's pretty simple. But the next thing I gotta do is wire up the lights, paint the fascia, the grill. I'm still looking for a set of used exhaust manifolds. I'm trying to get performance ones because I want to get rid of all of the exhaust, the EPA regulation, whatever the crap it is. So but that's it for this project. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.